All right, very excited because we have a doozy of a beer today. This is from Sixpoint Brewing out of Brooklyn, New York. We've done plenty of their beers. Today we're going to be doing a double IPA known as High Res. It comes into us at 10.5% ABV, 115 IBUs. Actually, before 2014, it was 11.1%. Don't know why it's down to 10.5 now. You're jipping a 6 point. Just kidding. 10.5 is totally great for double IPA. Not really much that I can say about this beer, but I can actually read off the back of it because there is a blurb here. It says, once our eyes were open to the potential of the hop cone, we couldn't be stopped. With a laser focus, we magnified the hop factor and pushed the boundaries of flavor, aroma, and perception itself to create high res. It's mad science. So, any information? Not really. They love to, really be kind of grandiose with their descriptions, and that's great that they're not the only brewery that does that. But when you're looking for intricacies, sometimes you can't really find it with 6 point beers. That's fine. That's for me to look at. Other than that, I don't really know what else to say. Yeah, there's really nothing else that I can really say about this beer. I looked online, I looked everywhere. They do have a video. I'm like, well, maybe this 4-minute video will patch things up, but after about a minute of existentialism, I kind of cut it off. Now, maybe they went into the specifics of the beer later. Not to say that it wasn't a good video. I really enjoyed the video. I thought it was entertaining and fun and interesting as well. But I just didn't get anything out of it as far as the real earthy specifics of the beer. The head in the cloud stuff I got perfectly, though. Let's pour her into this tulip glass, and as we do, we see a nice thick head right here. Again, I'm pouring beers a little bit differently these days, kind of just letting them commingle and doing what people tell me to do. Now someone's probably going to comment on YouTube, you pour this beer way wrong. I'm just kind of sloppily pouring them now. Apparently that's what I'm supposed to do, not tilt the glass, not any of that garbage. Just keeping the glass as is and getting these beers into the glass without worrying about gently pouring, if that makes any sense. Aroma-wise, for 6-point high res, not much of an aroma at all. Wow, I'm not getting any really. This might be the least amount of aroma I've ever had from a double IPA and possibly an IPA. Man, there's like almost nothing going on here. This is amazing. I'm getting a very slight hint of a grapefruit smell. I would not even know it was an IPA, and I would barely even know it was a beer. With the way, this is amazing how the aroma is almost non-existent on this thing. That's kind of weird. Head-wise, you see, nice 4 fingers. Probably the way I poured gives it that. You see the body is very interesting. Let me see if maybe the pour had something to do with the aroma. Let me see if no, my nose is like literally touching the head of the beer and touching the body of the beer as I tilt it up, and I'm getting nothing. I'm getting like no aroma from this beer. It's really weird. I've never had an experience like this. So let's get the taste now of 6-point high res, especially for a 10.5% double IPA. Wow. Weird. The taste is like a bomb. It's a really overpowering taste, and you don't even know that the taste is coming. You can't tell. It's not an effervescent beer where it's really like all over your senses. It has basically no aroma, and it goes right into your mouth like it should have a lot of aroma. Does that make any sense? You'll have to try it. Maybe you'll agree. Maybe you'll think of something else. But that's just to me amazing. Getting a dankness, getting just kind of a very hoppy taste. Not getting too much of the passion fruit kind of taste. Am I getting any kind of pine? maybe a sticky pine kind of sensation from the taste, but it's just blowing me away as far as no aroma, but heavy on the taste. You definitely get the boozy quality in this beer. That's it. I gotta tell you, I don't know if I'm a big fan of this. I love the West Coast kind of stuff. This is more of an East Coast double IPA. I want an aroma. I mean, it's amazing that they made a beer that to me really has very little to no aroma, but packs a wallop as far as taste goes, as far as the booziness quality. But I want aroma. I do want aroma, but I give them a nod as far as that goes. The taste to me is not that great. I mean, it does not. It just tastes like a bitter IPA, amped up with a lot of boozy qualities to it. It's too boozy. It's 10.5%. And maybe the 11.1 was too boozy, and they tried to amp that or try to de-amplify that down, and came up with a 10.5. But it's still too boozy to me. Although I didn't have 6-point high res before 2014 when it changed. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 6 out of 10. It's definitely interesting, definitely completely different than anything I've ever had before, but not necessarily a good thing. As I mentioned, I want the aroma to be better. I want the taste to be a little better too, and probably not a beer that I would go to many more times. So 6 out of 10 for 6-point high res.